Hello, this is Jordan Anderson for B483 class on my week 10 reflection. This week has been a pretty busy week. Anyways, we first started it off with Noodles and Company case analyze. The things that I could take away and apply into my daily life here was this company was expanding fast into a franchise rather than it started with the small little businesses owning full ownership stores. Kind of realized it was trying to grow so fast, but didn't really have the capital and how much capital that would really take, and then how much easier it would to possibly incorporate it into a franchise. I think in the future of my particular business that I'm interested in, I was always interested in developing the process, if you will, and then try to implement that into a franchise. This kind of gave me a lot more insight of what more things to expect. I honestly thought it would be a little more simpler, but this really kind of turned my eyes on more of the complications that were overlooked, I guess. As far as the next case, the Pergos Fiancio, um, I found that this particular case was a bit troublesome because it just kind of seemed like they just created a business and then they just kind of went with the flow. That there was like no spine, no backbone to the actual structure, and it was just kind of flying by the seat of their pants. And somehow their vision or their mission, they still sold that to get financing. I found a lot of disturbing ideas that they should have better prepared the actual infrastructure before they try to seek out their goals. Everybody likes money, but in all the amount of studying that I've come to learn that even the numbers will show it is more profitable by reducing your expenses rather than focusing more expense on sales. That if you reduce your expense by even like 2%, it would save your efforts of trying to match that with about 10% on sales. As far as more than financial should go, I know more, if not me personally, are more geared towards the fixed cost, because then that way you know exactly what it is rather than the percentage based and fluctuation. One month you could be very profitable, otherwise it could not be very profitable for anybody involved, and then that really demotivates them. This case also kind of really pointed out the intense thinking of, yes, you're thinking of your customers, but your company is nothing without your employees, and without them having full understanding how to sell your product, the customers are going to take that feedback. They're going to see that. So I guess as a final thought, it's location, location, location. Yeah, it was good that the finance case study wanted to grow so many kiosks, and so they partnered up with Sears, but they failed to really consider, why would you want to compete with a Sears card? Why would you jump into an industry that has been declining over the past decade, and they're pretty much out there on their way out the door? So for my future thought of how I can apply that, it's I need to have a better understanding of where I want to create my locations, and that I do need to test different areas and not just set on one, because there will be different results in different locations throughout the US or even across international. But as far as where I'm sitting now, my thought of expanding into a franchise would be just the US and possibly into Canada. So this has been a great eye-opening and really intense learning for me this week. I had fun with the numbers, even though I still got a little confused on the process on how he was computing his variables. Anyways, until next week, you have a good one. Thanks.